Former Pentagon Jewish comptroller Dov Zekheim was CEO of System Planning Corporation, who could hit WTC with Boeing jetliner. It was reported that Bin Laden's family members evacuated from USA just after 9/11 with aid of FBI. Bush Sr. was with Bin Laden's brother at Ritz-Carlton Hotel on 9/11 morning. A partner of Bush Sr.'s Carlyle Corporation was Bin Laden's brother. That means Bin Laden is a Jewish. It is understood that Osama bin Laden's mother lives in Israel as a Jew. Bin Laden was hospitalized just prior to 9/11 at American Hospital in Dubai, where he was visited by CIA chief and Saudi Arabian prince, though he was under arrest warrant. French Figaro reported this news on top page. A small Jewish community in Yemen do exist since BC 1 until today. Yemenite Jew exactly look like Arab. Bin Laden's father comes from Yemen. Is that good enough to understand who Bin Laden is? Jet fuel fire never pulverized the concrete of skyscrapers into 60-micron particles. Steel columns never evaporate or melt by jet fuel fire. Need extremely high temperature. New York Fire Department kept on flushing water to cool down WTC basement for 3 months after 9/11. You could have found the molten steel pond and molten marble stone lake at basement. What has molten the steel and marble? Jet fuel fire? No way. Besides WTC 1 and 2, WTC 7 also collapsed itself, but without airplane diving. No explanation is given. BBC's female reporter mentioned on TV that WTC-7 collapsed. However, WTC-7 did stand strong extra 10 minutes behind her, then eventually collapsed. WTC collapse schedule has been delayed, thus BBC lady read the news 10 minutes earlier than the collapse. Don't blame on her. 3 days before 9/11, WTC buildings were blacked out due to the maintenance service by G.W. Bush's brother company. We believe G.W. Bush and his clan has planted the bunker buster bomb with nuclear warhead at the WTC basement and have detonated them upward to make controlled demolition-like collapse of WTC 1, 2, and 7. They seem to use either neutron ray bomb or a pure hydrogen bomb. In both cases, it must be a rather small-scale one. The former emanates strong neutron ray, but does not leave much radioactive such as uranium and plutonium. The latter, though some people say it is still have not been developed, could have been secretly completed by US defense and were used at WTC. This pure hydrogen bomb does not produce uranium and plutonium. Its function is a mere heat. However, still emanates neutron ray at the time of detonation. In both cases, WTC area must have been contaminated with neutron ray, and those who enter the ground zero would have been radiated. Once their body is radiated by neutron ray, they would find themselves get sick 5 to 10 years later. What happened with first responders at WTC? We know what happened to policemen, firefighter, and site workers who entered ground zero within 48 hours, but American media purposely keep quiet until today. At least 10,000 were already dead or suffering from cancer. How could the media keep it secret? Because Jewish media are the accomplice with 9/11 perpetrators. Though 9/11 cancer cases were known long ago, almost all the American Jewish media completely ignored such facts and kept quiet. Jet fuel fire does not cause such cancer. WTC's asbestos can cause a special type of cancer, but need continuous 10 years exposure to cause cancer. WTC cancer cases are equivalent to those of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As a matter of fact, we have come to the conclusion in 2006 that WTC towers were demolished by nuclear weapon, which Bin Laden cannot accommodate. Thus, I have written a book in Japanese in 2006. This famous dust lady was trapped in huge dust crowd at Manhattan on 9/11. She lost her life 15 years later after getting cancer. Disco Queen Donna Summer was another one who died of cancer after encountering 9/11 dust. After 15 years of ignorance, CNN finally admitted 5,400 were diagnosed with cancer in relation with 9/11. However, CNN still do not refer to the cause of cancer cases. CNN should know all these victims are radiated by neutron ray on 9/11. Are they going to pretend not to know forever? Now you may understand the victims of 9/11 are much more than 3,000 who died at WTC on 9/11. And you still have to expect extra 7,000 would lose their lives soon. Some of them could be your family members or loving ones. Those who inhale the contaminated dust at Manhattan on 9/11 would be internally radiated at their lungs as the dust brought in the radioactive. Why were WTC buildings attacked? Redemption date of Brady bond was set on September 12. 1% oligarchy did not want to settle the payment. Thus, they have tried to leave the matter unsettled by 9/11 disaster. Cantor Fitzgerald Security Company, a managing underwriter of Brady bond, completely disappeared when WTC towers collapsed. Almost all the staff lost lives. 1% oligarchy had reasons to overthrow two foreign governments immediately. For that, 1% needed an excuse to invade such countries. 1% blamed on their secret ally, Osama bin Laden, for performing 9/11 attack, and initiated invasion to Afghanistan and Iraq, claiming two countries are backing Laden. Taliban government of Afghanistan banned opium production. Then 1% lost a huge drug business as no supply of heroin from Afghanistan. US forces overthrew Taliban government and quickly restarted opium production. As of today, Afghanistan occupies 97% of the world heroin production and contribute to 1% oligarchy. Iraq's Saddam Hussein was the only one who launched missiles against Israel. 1% Zionist faction desperately hoped to remove Saddam Hussein and actually did it. 1% claimed Saddam Hussein is connected with Bin Laden. Of course, it was a false accusation. Immediately after the overthrow of Saddam Hussein government, those who wear the US military uniform quickly went into northern part of Iraq and started buying up the land at 3 times of the current price. The land are expected to produce huge volume of crude oil. 1% aimed to steal Iraq's oil by this invasion too. A stealth Jewish G.W. Bush has purposely initiated Iraq invasion on the day of Jewish festival. Zionists in the world quietly celebrated this invasion. On 9/11, Pentagon was also attacked by a commercial plane. In fact, Pentagon was hit by a sort of cruising missile while Boeing flew over Pentagon and landed at Reagan Airport 10 seconds later. Eyewitness actually saw a Boeing, thus believed it really hit Pentagon.